No one is above the law.
No one is above the law.
Nobody is above the law.
No one is above the law.
No one is above the law.
Nobody is above the law.
No one 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 is above the law.
I said I abide by the jury decision. I will do that, and I will not pardon him.
Letting the world know that he will not wipe away the decision of 12 of his son's peers. Was asked directly, and he has said he wouldn't pardon his son if he gets convicted.
Let's wait and see what happens if he loses.
Yeah, but I mean, but he said it.
He's going to get pardoned by his dad. There's no question about that.
The president has ruled out pardoning his son.
Major commitment from the president, accepting the outcome of the trial and also pledging not to pardon his son.
So the challenge for him is really to continue to live up to his values when it was really personal, and he did that today.
It seems like a pretty normal, straightforward answer, but it takes new weight when we see what Trump is saying about the outcome of his trial, what we're hearing from other Republicans who say they don't accept the jury's verdict here in New York.
The contrast is profound. To sit there and say, well, I'm not going to intervene in the legal process, and I wouldn't pardon my son. One side, Democrats and Joe Biden protecting the justice system. And on the other, Republicans and Trump protecting Trump.
Our current president of the United States has so much respect for the law that he has said he would not pardon his son. I mean, again, it's all about the contrast.
President Biden saying, I will respect whatever this jury decides, versus Donald Trump after he was convicted on 34 counts, saying the entire system is rigged against him.
Their latest attack has been that Joe Biden has politicized and weaponized the DOJ, right? That was the whole argument around Donald Trump's conviction. And this week, of course, Hunter Biden was found guilty, and Joe Biden has very clearly said he would not pardon his son, he would not commute his sentence. How stark is this difference? I mean, how can Republicans keep making this argument now that Joe Biden has really put it out there?
Can I ask a question? Do you all think that Merrick Garland should be fired because of this corruption at the DOJ?
Again, I don't think there's corruption at the DOJ. I think the concern is the future DOJ is going to be corrupted.
You think there's corruption there? You think this was a politicized witch hunt? But the Attorney General should be held accountable, no?
These charges were trumped up because his name is Hunter Biden.
But wouldn't you, if you were the president, would you believe the Attorney General?
Let's consult our legal expert at the desk.
If you thought there was corruption, NBC News reported that the president and his top aides met this summer and decided two things: that they were going to keep this option open, but they were going to publicly maintain that they would not pardon Hunter Biden through statements from Joe Biden and statements from the White House press secretary. They had a meeting, they coordinated the lie, I guess for political purposes, and now that he's leaving office, he is going back on what he told the American people. This isn't simply changing your mind. This is just fulfilling what you always intended to do. No Republican is shocked that he is doing this. What I am shocked at is the duplicity of the President of the United States and his top aides to come together and form this lie and stick to it this entire time. We all knew it was ridiculous, and now the American people are seeing what a disgrace he really is.
I think it's incredibly rich to have you say that the people got together and they were duplicitous and they created a lie.
NBC News said it.
I'm saying they created a lie because honestly, what the other side has been saying for years, what you guys ran on for president was multiple lies. I mean, if Eric Holder said it right, I think. He said if Hunter's name was Joe Smith, this case would probably have never even gone to trial, right? That it was always a political witch hunt. And it was always...
But Lee, wasn't, to Scott's point, I mean, wasn't it a lie? I mean, you can defend it, but wasn't it a lie that he was not going to pardon him?
No, I believe the circumstances have changed. I think that we now have a president coming into office who's talking about firing squads, who's talking about running people around the country and making sure that everyone who's his enemy is going to be punished. And Hunter Biden lied about his drug use on a government forum when he was buying a gun. And he failed to file and pay taxes when he was a drug addict. He paid back those taxes with interest. Donald Trump himself was indicted for 17 counts of criminal tax fraud, more than Hunter, and he's going to be the president of the United States.
11 years.
So you're missing a few things here. 11 years, full and unconditional.
11-year blanket pardon. I got a couple comments. Jamal Bowman, is that his name? That's his name, right?
Yes.
The fact that he fled from that question and it got a down. Leigh McGowan, social media content creator, talking about political expert. That's why your ass lost.
Politics.
That's why your ass lost.
Politics girl.
I've seen her before on X.
You can't make this shit up.
That's why your ass lost. Secondly, the fact that they're trying to justify this blanket pardon of 11 years, talking about, well, he broke the law, but he paid it back. It doesn't matter. He broke the law.
Bro, but
if anybody in this room does that same shit, your black ass is going to jail.
Up the road.
So I'm not finna sit here and listen to them justify this and talk about, well, Trump said. Hey, if you're gonna say this was a politically charged thing because his name's Hunter Biden, then how can you not say the Trump case was not politically charged because his name's Donald Trump? I mean,
that's not true.
Bro, I mean, like you're moving the goalposts.
It's because Trump is so
point.
bad. It's because he's such a bad person. Then he's gonna attack his political enemy. So we had to save Hunter.
Yeah. So at this point, there's moving the goalposts to justify their argument and justify their political candidate who has obviously undermined them every step of the way and shown that all the things that you try to do and justify are lies. So I mean, at what point do y'all look and face the music, like Scott said, and say the DOJ is corrupt? Oh, well, I don't think it's corrupt. Well, if the DOJ is not corrupt, then how can you say that this is a political witch hunt that's coming after him because his name's Hunter Biden and not say the same thing for Trump?
Abby, you know it's bad when Abby's like, all right, Scott's point. I think that may be the first time I've ever heard Abby say, to Scott's point. I've never, ever heard her say that before. So you have to admit, because she got out there, she said he's definitely not, like she was using that her arguments, the fact that Joe Biden was not going to pardon his son. All them people were. We just watched a whole bunch of clips of it. They turned around and did it. It's a lie. It is a lie. She said, isn't it a lie? If you cannot admit that's a lie, then we can't have a conversation. We can't. Because you can't acknowledge facts, and that is a literal fact. I wasn't here yesterday when y'all did The View, but actually Whoopi's excuse was the actual worst I've heard. This one was pretty bad, but Whoopi's was insane, guys. She said, well, I mean, he was a drug addict. He really didn't know what he was doing. But Trump,
40 years old.
He wasn't a drug addict. He knew what he was doing. Are you kidding me?
Trump said he don't do drugs or drink. So he was sober.
Her excuse was because he was a drug addict.
Give him a pass. He was on drugs.
Trump knew what he was doing. He wasn't on drugs. Nah, that was crazy.
This is tomfoolery.
There are Democrats saying they're not happy that President Biden made this decision.
Yeah, well, tough. The president went ahead and did what he thought was right for him and to protect his son.
For him. Joe Biden is leaving office making the strongest possible case for Donald Trump that anybody could possibly make it, and that's that our government and our justice system is of, by, and for the elites and nobody else. Facts. He ran to banish Trumpism from our political system in this country, and he has left it politically and now institutionally the strongest possible political force in this country. It is a complete and utter failure by the head of the Democratic Party and the President of the United States. Never again do I want to hear, oh, Donald Trump's a liar. You can't believe anything he says. Donald Trump will abuse his power. Donald Trump will only use the system to benefit himself and his family and so on and so forth. Never again. I have one question for Karen, and that is, why did he need an 11-year blanket pardon going back to 2014 when Joe Biden was the vice president? We are sitting on the biggest cover-up of who knows what crimes, and Joe Biden amazingly knows exactly, roughly, when it started. He knows just about when it all started. He's leaving office in complete and total disgrace. He is a liar, and there is no other way to spin this today. This has nothing to do with Trump and everything to do with the character of Joe Biden.
That Republicans have been, for years now, trying to attack the president himself, go after his family. And when you have someone who literally ran their campaign on retribution, on the idea of I will be your retribution and getting back at his enemies, I would imagine, obviously I haven't spoken to the president about this, but I would imagine the president took a look at this and said, I want to make sure this is ironclad, that there is nothing that can be done to circumvent what I'm going to do to protect my son and to try to take the target off of his back once and for all. So that's my reading of it. But again, I think that the hypocrisy here, it is astounding. I mean, Donald Trump has said and done things, said things and done other things. And again, he's a convicted felon himself. He has used his power to benefit his friends, his wealthy allies. In this instance, we're talking about a man who decided to take care of his son, after years of unrelenting attacks. I don't blame him.
You guys can spend all day long trying to spin this, that this is Donald Trump's fault.
Facts.
That this is somehow caused by Donald Trump. Oh, he's appointing the wrong people. Oh, he did it. Oh, this is the worst possible thing a president could possibly do to his party and to the country, to sit for a year and say, I will not do this. I will not do this. The rule of law is sacred. We have to respect the justice system. Juries, we have to respect juries. We have to respect the guardrails and the norms of our democracy. These people are liars. Inflation is transitory. Afghanistan, it's a success. The border is secure. Robert Hur is a liar. The videos are cheap fakes. Biden has a cold. He'll never drop out. Oh, I'll never pardon Hunter. It's all a lie. It is all a grift. Every American, except the most partisan, brain-rotted people, are going to be outraged by this today. He is going to leave off. You think 39% job approval is bad? Just you wait. Just you wait. He's disgraced today. Outrageous. Are you fine with the lying? Are you fine with him sitting before the election all year and lying to the American people? Are you fine with the lying about it?
Yeah, yes or no? Yes or no?
I don't think that he was lying. I think he made a decision after the fact and decided this was the right thing for him and for his family. Period. Full stop. Donald Trump decided that it was okay to pardon
Joe Biden, Karine Jean-Pierre. How many minutes of tape do we have of both of these people telling the American people this will not happen? It's I mean, we could play it all morning. It's a lie, and it's a lie to benefit his own family, and that's all that it is. And everybody who went on TV and said, oh, look how he's the modern George Washington, he's drained every ounce of credibility from every surrogate. If Karine Jean-Pierre had an ounce of self-respect, she'd get off the plane in Africa today, where they're going, so he can avoid the press and resign. He's drained all of her credibility, and everybody else who's defended this, it's draining for them forever.
Wow, it would be so hard for me to get out here and be Scott and not insult them every time.
No, facts. Fact,
he
he's
got
a professional.
patience from the Lord, a
He's
fruit
a
of the
professional.
spirit.
Yeah.
Because damn, bro, it like to not admit it's a lie. We cannot have a conversation. We can't because we just won't admit that the sky is blue. But then again, like my boy Taj would say, if they thought a male was a female and they're confused about that, then there's no level to what they could be confused about. They're not confused.
That's true.
They know damn well what's going on. They know damn well it was a lie. They just don't want to admit it, and because it doesn't fit their narrative. I feel like on this channel, if we saw Donald Trump or any of them come out like something this long that they said over and over, and if they didn't do it, or
lied.
We would say he lied. I'll say, hey, I'm keeping it 100, he lied, but I don't give a damn because that's Donald Trump. Yeah. So, that's what a real nigga would say. Yeah. But they're not saying that he even lied. They're not even keeping it real in the slightest.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, I mean, man, I think Joe Biden. I mean, now he's giving Africa like $1 billion. He just flew over to Africa and just gave them I think it was $1 billion or something.
To what country? Because there's a bunch of countries. That doesn't make sense.
I mean, that's the big thing that's going on right now. I mean, it's not huge, but I mean,
like he said, for the media, but they're trying to help the media. He on his way out.
Yeah,
I just pardoned my son. Let me head to Africa and help them niggas over there.
Let's see how much it was. Yep, $1 billion to Africa.
The fact that they keep lying
African
and stuff.
Nations.
Okay, and what
homes?
What?
Damaged by
I don't believe that. There's something deeper going on there. Anytime I see this old ass, dumbass get up there and start speaking after he done lied to the American people, I question anything that happens. Like, I don't think all the money that's going to Ukraine is going to Ukraine. Man, I don't think this $1 billion that's going to Africa is going to Africa. I mean, I got to keep it 100.
Definitely not.
There's been billions of dollars sent in Africa, and it's still in shambles.
I'm gonna keep it 100.
Where is all that money going?
Everyone in Africa knows that it's very corrupt, bro. You give the people who are running it are corrupt, so the money is not the problem. The corruption at the top, exactly.
And then
it doesn't know how much money you give is not gonna help. Bro.
And then on top of that, they gave billions of dollars to Haiti just for Haiti to get overrun by a dude named Meatloaf. Overrun with cannibals and gangs. People was fleeing. That's why they was in Ohio, because they had to get up out of there. Those are real asylum seekers. And they sent, what, like $6-7 billion over there? Where'd that money go? So I have to question all this money to the government.
Bro,
Where is that money going?
It's scamming, bro. They scamming, bro. They stealing out the church bucket.
I wonder what some of the hot Democrats have to say about this lie, though, guys. I mean, I know these people.
Is one Democrat gonna keep it real?
Yeah, I mean,
Stephen A. would keep it real.
Oh, Stephen A.
This is a great
What
post
did
by
he say?
Benny. This is a great post by Benny. What about the Americans affected by recent
No,
hurricanes?
that's what I was thinking.
Where's they billions?
North Carolina.
Where?
Nah, yeah, guys. I mean, yeah, that's why they had to pull up politics, girl. Because they don't want Jasmine. I mean, obviously,
Jasmine Crockett gonna come on there race hustle. Well,
what does our girl Joy Reid got to say about this? I heard the View had to
she gonna be happy.
apologize again today for something. The View, they had to get on there and read.
Oh yeah. That might have been yesterday. But hey, guys, I mean, this is hilarious. Scott abused them very, very badly.
Scott is a star right now, bro. Did you know that?
He is.
Like everybody's talking about Scott right now. He's an actual star.
They've been talking
in
about him
America
this
right
whole
now.
election cycle because he's been carrying CNN.
Yeah,
he's the
he
only
is,
one
bro.
saying what the American people thinking,
He is.
and they put him like 5 against 1 to make it seem like he's the odd one out.
But actually,
really,
it helps to his
he's the
favor
only
now.
voice of reason.
Yeah, it helps to his favor now.
Let us know what y'all think, guys.